What if someone could influence your thoughts without ever raising their voice? Psychological warfare isn't limited to the military or politics. It can happen in everyday relationships, workplaces, and even friendships. It's a subtle form of manipulation designed to make you question yourself, lose confidence, and slowly hand over your emotional power. The frightening part is that most people don't recognize it until the damage has already been done. In today's video, you'll discover 10 signs someone may be using psychological warfare against you. Stay until the end, because the final sign is often the most dangerous and the easiest to miss. 1. They make you doubt your reality. One of the first signs of psychological warfare is making you question your own reality. They may deny things they clearly said, insist events happen differently, or repeatedly tell you that you're overreacting. At first, you brush it off. But over time, you begin to wonder if your memory or judgment can really be trusted. Once you stop trusting yourself, it's much easier for someone else to control your decisions. 2. They keep you emotionally unstable. Instead of treating you consistently, they constantly change their behavior. One day they're warm, supportive, and caring. The next day they're cold, distant, or irritated without explanation. This emotional unpredictability keeps you anxious, making you spend more time trying to earn back their approval than focusing on your own well-being. 3. They use fear to control you. Fear doesn't always come through threats. Sometimes it's the fear of losing the relationship, disappointing someone, being rejected, or being judged. They quietly create situations where you're afraid to speak honestly or make independent choices. When fear replaces confidence, control becomes much easier. 4. They isolate you from support. People using psychological warfare often try to weaken your support system. They may criticize your friends, question your family's intentions, or convince you that nobody understands you except them. As your trusted relationships fade, you become increasingly dependent on the very person who's influencing you. 5. They constantly move the goalposts. No matter how hard you try, it never seems to be enough. Every time you meet one expectation, another suddenly appears. Instead of celebrating your progress, they keep raising the standard. This endless cycle leaves you exhausted, constantly chasing approval you'll never fully receive. 6. They make you feel guilty for setting boundaries. Healthy boundaries protect your emotional well-being. But someone using psychological warfare may treat your boundaries as acts of selfishness or betrayal. The moment you say no, they make you feel guilty, ungrateful, or uncaring. Eventually, you stop protecting yourself simply to avoid the emotional pressure. 7. They reward and punish your behavior. When you agree with them, they're kind, supportive, and affectionate. But the moment you disagree, they withdraw attention, become distant, or criticize you. Over time, your brain begins connecting obedience with emotional safety. Without realizing it, you're being conditioned to behave the way they want. 8. They create constant confusion. One conversation leaves you feeling hopeful. The next leaves you questioning everything. Their words often contradict their actions, and their explanations rarely make complete sense. This ongoing confusion isn't always accidental. A confused mind struggles to think clearly, making manipulation much more effective. 9. They attack your confidence slowly. Psychological warfare rarely destroys confidence overnight. Instead, it happens through small comments, subtle criticism, dismissive jokes, and repeated reminders of your mistakes. Piece by piece, your self-esteem begins to fade until you start believing you're not capable without their guidance. 10. You no longer feel like yourself. Perhaps the strongest warning sign is the person you've become. You second-guess your decisions, apologize constantly, feel emotionally exhausted, and barely recognize your own personality anymore. Psychological warfare doesn't just change your behavior, it slowly changes how you see yourself. The moment you realize you've lost your sense of identity, it's time to step back and ask who has been shaping your thoughts all along. Recognizing psychological warfare isn't about becoming fearful of everyone. It's about protecting your confidence, your independence, and your emotional well-being. Healthy relationships help you grow, while manipulative ones slowly take away your peace of mind. If this video helped you understand these warning signs, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who deserves to protect their mental and emotional health. Awareness is the first step toward freedom.